website. We used React.js to build our website and Tailwind for the CSS component. We also used DeckGL, which is a JavaScript library compatible with React to generate geomaps of the Earth. What our website essentially does is shows the user the amount of gas pumps and the amount of electric charging stations available. We used purple for gas and green for electric. As you can see, the dots in the map show where the gas pumps are located and where the electric charging stations are located. You can see the contrasting ratio of the amount of purple spots of the map versus the amount of green ones. As I zoom in and zoom out of the map, you can see how many gas pumps and how many electric charging stations there are in Toronto and places outside of Toronto. Description of how to get in touch with your local city council based on the data provided on the map. We're also trying to show our audience the drastic ratio of how many gas pumps there are as opposed to how many electric stations, and the reasons why they should buy an electric vehicle. As I previously mentioned, we are using React.js to create the website and Tailwind to create the CSS component. If I go to the navbar component, you can see that we use Tailwind to create elements like text color, alignment, etc. If I go back to app.js, we basically created a lot of functions and we basically just return them in our JavaScript file. Now you might be wondering, how on earth did we get all the data of how many gas pumps there are and how many electric vehicles exist? Well, we found a data set online and we made a JSON file called geotype.json, which contains the coordinates, the latitude and the longitude of each gas pump and an electric pump. What this does is, with the aid of the deck.gl library, we're creating a map and we're taking the coordinates from the right hand side, and we basically have a get position function method that essentially converts these coordinates to latitude and longitude and places it on the map. We also use the fill color property to distinguish between which is a gas pump and which is an electric pump by coloring them green and purple. Finally, we use the return function to return the data we got from the JSON file to the map, essentially allowing us to view which locations on the map that our gas pump is and where our electric pump is.